WWE Creative are living in the moment. For weeks now, WWE teased and built a WWE Tag Team Championship unification match, RK Bro versus the Usos. And as much as I don't want the titles to get unified, I've watched weeks worth of build, and this was one of the very few interesting WrestleMania Backlash matches. Roman Reigns had an opponent until he didn't, but the question was, is he going to wrestle at WrestleMania Backlash and against who? Well yeah, poop-de-doo. The match is cancelled, Roman ain't defending the championship, and we're getting a 6-man tag on Raw. Excuse me, WrestleMania Backlash. Just a habit. What happened? And the best part was Pat McAfee saying, "We've been asking who Roman Reigns is going to face first as the undisputed champion, and it's a 6-man tag match." I know, Pat. It kinda sucks. You finally get it, a great one! My inner Mark is getting the best of me. But I believe it's kinda reasonable to complain about this. Am I wrong right here? I mean, you've been building this match for weeks now. That's the only legit storyline outside of Cody versus Seth Rollins and Ronda versus Charlotte we actually had. It was actually the main storyline. All for nothing. And again, I don't want the championships to get unified, but it kinda says that WWE are clueless. Like, we're speculating what's gonna happen with the championships. Are we going to get a new design? They simply don't know. And this episode of SmackDown kicked off with Drew McIntyre. We finally got a match, a steel cage match where Sami Zayn cannot escape. The match was alright, you know, it's always kinda special seeing special match types on a random episode of SmackDown or Monday Night Raw. You gotta appreciate them trying. We saw a very cool superplex. Claymore and Drew McIntyre takes the W. This was a filler rivalry, and we all know that Drew McIntyre is basically being built for Roman Reigns. But it's like, I understand we're probably going to get this match at SummerSlam, but this 6-man tag is just not doing anything for me. It's a cool match to have on SmackDown, I wouldn't complain. It does look somewhat exciting, but literally nothing is on the line at all. Is Roman Reigns going to put his foot on the table? Just like I've said, WWE Creative are living in the moment. One week they feel like we need to unify the championships. Next week they feel like it's a terrible idea. We saw Happy Talk, and Baron Corbin says he has a special guest, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal Trophy, and he was ready to destroy it, but he didn't know one of the goons was actually Madcap Moss with a sledgehammer. I'm getting Triple H vibes right here. Watch out, Andre. And while he didn't use the sledgehammer, he beaten the crap out of Baron Corbin. Madcap Moss stands tall. I know I don't sound very enthusiastic right here, but I don't like this show. It sucks. SmackDown was always the best show out of the two, and now Raw is just kicking SmackDown's ass. And it's kinda crazy because the most legit WWE character, the most entertaining perhaps, Roman Reigns, is on SmackDown. I don't know how that works, but the show sucks. Then we saw the Intercontinental Championship match, Ricochet versus a very tall Shanky. Ricochet managed to pick up the W. Jinder Mahal is not pleased, but Shanky, well, he left. Shanky decided to follow the footsteps of Veer. He's on a no-fab journey right now, and once he comes, you'll feel it. We saw the debut of Raquel Rodriguez. She faced Kat Cardoza. Yes, her name is Kat. And of course, she squashed her. I feel like we're seeing way too many matches of new talent just beating a bunch of jobbers. Like I've said, you can take Akira Tozawa against a bunch of jobbers that we don't know the names of. He can beat 100 of them. It doesn't say anything. Of course I expect him to beat these guys. The championship unification match went wrong. Riddle doesn't know which Uso is which. Randy does. This one is a right-hand man. And this one right here, he's nothing but a little bitch. That's Randy's new gimmick right now. Calling people bitches. I like that. So we saw a big brawl between RK Bro and the Usos. Roman Reigns decided to interfere, and he fed the contract to Riddle. He fed Bad dog! Then Drew McIntyre came out, got the Usos out of his way, and even stood tall against Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman says he wants a 6-man tag at WrestleMania Backlash. Adam Pearce says he can't just cancel the unification match. Paul Heyman says you need Roman Reigns at WrestleMania Backlash. You can't have a pay-per-view without the undisputed champion. But it was never truly explained why Roman Reigns doesn't want the titles to get unified anymore. What's the reason? What's the point? Why all of a sudden he decided that, nah, I don't need the M&Ms. We have enough championships. Then we saw Shayna Baszler versus Naomi. Ever since they changed Shayna Baszler's theme song, it's just not the same. She's a completely different character to me. Of course, especially because all she's doing right now is not special at all. It's very basic. We saw the match in which she lost, but then they got attacked by Natalya and Shayna Baszler. And again, at least the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships are being used. Like, at least all the WWE titles right now are actually on television and are somewhat being used. The United States Championship, Intercontinental Championship, Tag Team Championships. I kinda like that. The only issue is, it's not that entertaining, is it? Sheamus and Ridge cannot find Butch, and the New Day made fun of that. So we saw Ridge versus Xavier Woods, in which Xavier Woods won with his finisher, the roll-up. At first I thought it's a meme, but turns out it's legit a finisher. Can we actually give that finisher to Xavier Woods in WWE 2K22? Because right now that would make a lot of sense. Sheamus isn't happy. He wants a match against Kofi, in which he won. After the match, Ridge puts Xavier Woods through the table. You probably noticed as I'm talking about this SmackDown, there's not a single storyline that I actually like. That's kinda sad. It's really hard to get excited about this pay-per-view. Then we saw the Beat the Clock challenge, which in a way, and I know I'm exaggerating, is basically who can bury someone faster. The first match was Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi, a match in which Ronda Rousey won in 1 minute and 41 seconds. Then it was Aaliyah versus Charlotte Flair. We saw the figure 4, and while Aaliyah tapped out, it was like 2-3 seconds too late, so Ronda Rousey won the challenge. She's the master barrier. The girl can handle that shovel like nobody else. Charlotte goes crazy and attacks Drew Gulak again. This time with a bell. Screw this show. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was your Friday night SmackDown. Everything we watched for the past few weeks doesn't matter. The same storyline is still happening, but the payoff, the only thing that was exciting about this match is gone now. What was the point? Ronda versus Charlotte sucks. The most important match is no longer happening. Madcap Moss versus Baron Corbin. Who honestly cares? The only match I truly care about right now, the only match I can't wait to see, is Cody versus Seth Rollins, and that is a match from Monday Night Raw. To be honest, I wouldn't even be that disappointed if the pay-per-view wasn't called WrestleMania Backlash. My dude, there's nothing WrestleMania about this pay-per-view, but thank you for watching this video, the great one. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.